Fill her up.
You're listening to the Gas Digital Network.
And now, Tim Dillon is going to hell with Tim Dillon and Ray Kump.
Welcome to Tim Dillon is Going to Hell, everybody. Here, watching Ray Kump take some 5-hour energy. What is that?
It's not very tasty. Doesn't taste good.
Ugh.
I thought I'd give myself a little pep.
Does that keep you going?
I thought it might.
Does it work for 5 hours?
Look. I mean, nothing's Adderall.
Nothing, right?
You know how it goes.
Look. Nothing's liquid meth. Nothing's fucking state-sanctioned meth they feed to children. I thought you were done with the Addies.
I mean, I got insurance again, so...
Oh, baby.
Welcome.
He's gotta focus. Focus in.
Give me a diagram. I gotta fucking study it.
You know, some sad news here, folks. Let's get this out of the way because we don't want you guys under false pretenses.
I'm being pushed out.
Yeah, Ray got a job at Good Morning America. And he can no longer... No, I mean, I'm going to L.A., folks. That's it. I've had enough. I'm done with New York. I'm going to L.A. for a few months. And I don't want to do the show over Skype. I think it's stupid. I hate that. We did it once. It was horrible.
Right.
The tech is failing on both sides, by the way. Nothing works. I don't like it. And
I was sweating a lot that day.
well, the reality is the show is me and him in a room. And I don't want to record all these things like up front and then release them. Because with the world the way it is, we'll have an episode put in the can, and then like 2 weeks later, you know, Trump will declare martial law, and everybody's going to be like, what are these fat idiots talking about?
Yeah.
There is something good about, I think, being a topical show. That being said, I'm spending a lot less time in New York. Ray is here with the Vice Empire in New York City.
I'm climbing that ladder.
So, unfortunately, this is going to upset many of you because many of you like the show. Not enough of you, by the way. If there was more of you, you know, we were making more money. If there was more advertising, I wouldn't have to go to LA and try to fucking, salvage
yourself.
Yeah, try to salvage my fucking career. If I was making $20,000 a month, like some people on other podcasts are,
right.
I would just sit the fuck back. And, but so are you saying, oh, is it your fault? Yes. Yes, it is your fault.
We blame you. This is like season 4 of The Shield. Or the end of season 3, I guess. They all go their separate ways.
Right.
The good news is you can jump right on. By the time you hear it on iTunes, it'll be available. If you're listening on Gas, it might be a day or two. It's pending approval of iTunes. But my new podcast, Kump, is now available.
KUMP.
It's my solo venture. So
go and follow him. You're going to set up a Patreon.
Eventually, we might do a Patreon. We'll start an empire.
Who knows? And we're still going to have Ray back when I'm back in New York and everything like that. But I want to travel. I want to take a journey. I want out.
Yeah.
I just walked around the city today, and I was just like, get me the fuck out of here. I don't know why.
We were sitting in a pizza place because I had to take a shit.
Yeah.
And there was just people arguing about Waffle House.
One guy says to the other guy, he's like, have you ever been to Waffle House? And I'm like, is that what New York's
When you
become?
go to a diner, you got to present yourself for the Waffle House. You can just let it all hang out.
That's the argument they were having. I'm like, is that what New York is? Because the guy kind of had a New York accent. And I'm like, is this what's left of what New Yorkers are arguing about? Like, hey, you, have you ever fucking been to Waffle House? You fucking idiot.
I mean, we went to we had a nice ramen lunch, and we wanted to get some dessert at what was this place?
Momofuku Milk Bar, and it's just the ice cream tastes like sour milk.
It's like sour piss and cum.
And it's like, over here, folks.
Then we go to Baskin Robbins.
Yeah.
We don't got any toppings.
They don't have any fucking toppings.
I mean, we'd already eaten the food from Momofuku, but we wanted real ice cream.
We wanted something nice in your fucking mouth.
I don't have any toppings here. So Tim got a chocolate milk. I got the pistachio ice cream.
I got a hot chocolate, but he got a pistachio ice cream.
Terrible.
It's not, folks, what are you all doing here is our point. What majesty does this hold for you anymore, this city? I had a beautiful show last night. Ron Bennington, Jim Norton, Todd Barry, Janine Garavalo. A lot of fun. A lot of people. Vlad Kamano was on it. Great show at Subculture and then Rockwood Music Hall. Comedy's still really fun here. It's still great. The crowds are still great. It's a lot of fun. I love doing it. I'm going to do it as much as I can. But everything else outside of that is really more and more bothering.
I got bamboozled into a party on the Upper East Side where the guy was, by the time I got there, the host was passed out, was pissed drunk. He was talking about Formula One racing. I like Formula One racing, but he was us. And the wife was like, we were told. My friend says, like, I don't know if I can get you in. He calls up. His friend who's there.
This is my favorite thing.
And he says, like, all right, well, he said we can get us in, but we should bring a gift for the host. Bring something nice. So we go to the liquor store.
You've never met this guy before.
No, the host? No.
The host.
No.
Yeah. What kind of gift? Bring a gift for the host. What? A kid? What am I supposed to bring?
We get a bottle of fucking... What's that gin? The Bombay Sapphire gin.
And I like not Tanqueray. I like Beefeater.
Right. I got a Beefeater martini the other day, by the way.
I like Beefeater. Gin drinkers like to know what they're up against. Somebody else said that, and I like Beefeater because it's got a little kick to it. Bombay's too smooth. You're like, what am I doing? Then it hits you and you're dead.
Right. So we got that and a nice bottle of wine, and we get there. Look, it's technically a penthouse on the Upper East Side, so I'm not shitting on it. I mean, a big deck. But, I mean, there's like 3 people there. One of them's passed out, just pissed drunk. The wife, I mean, there's going to be catered events, I'm told. She made air-fried fucking dumplings and a fucking toast. It was Melba toast with the roast beef.
Oh, great.
It's a classic New Year's Eve smash and grab.
Yeah, can you bring a bottle? Can you bring a gift for those?
And he's telling me at one point, he's looking at his car, this fucking old Formula One car of Sterling Morris. This went for $100 million. I bid $10 million on this.
He bid $10 million. This guy.
Meanwhile, he's telling me like, I can't afford to live a 2-bedroom right here. It's $6,500 a month.
Everybody's full of shit.
Can you bring a bottle?
Yeah, I bid $10 million on this car. Can you get a bottle of hooch and bring it to my apartment? It's New Year's, please. I just want to lay on the floor and die. I just want to. I'm so goddamn rich.
It's a fucking bad lieutenant.
I just want to lay on the floor and die. Yeah, man. I mean, it's just. And the other thing is like, and when me and Ray started the show, we were because the show came from the conversations that we would have driving back to Long Island from New York City in Ray's car, which I miss. Yeah. I miss that car. It had no heat.
No, it wasn't road legal, I think.
The windows were just stuck open. Yeah. So you had to smoke cigarettes to stay warm. Yeah. To just stay warm, you'd have to smoke cigarettes. And we would talk about like family secrets. We talk about all these things, Russ Baker's book.
Imagine we met that guy. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, I'd be like, I wonder what that guy's like. And, and then, you have these people on the show a few times, and I'm a little surprised that, like, of all the interviews that we've had, all these different people, I'm not really, I wouldn't say surprised is the right word, but it's like even the alternative quote unquote media, the people who pride themselves on, riling people up and, have no interest in this material that we've tried to, and we've done it very well here, better than anyone I think has maybe ever done it.
The authors have come out and said, my favorite interview was with these 2 fat comedians.
Mark Galliani, who wrote a brilliant book about the Russian mafia, ignored because he said, Russia's trying to sow chaos. I don't know that they were necessarily behind Trump. Maybe he's right, maybe he's not. Right. But that was enough where he was just marginalized across the board. Yeah. Nobody talked to the guy, and he wrote a brilliant novel about,
It's a history book. It doesn't need to be a fucking, some politicized fucking thing.
Right.
But, he's on board with how much we want to start World War III. They want to start World War III, and he's not helping.
Right, he's not helping. So, but it amazes me that even these media outlets that, pride themselves on stirring the pot, gave this show zero interest in any of these interviews. It's amazing. Oh, yeah. And it is what it is. And you start to... And listen, this goes out to all the fans out there who I love and I appreciate. You come out to see me and you drag me to the side of the club and you start telling me about a symbol that you saw on a sign that you think is a pedophile symbol and something like that. And I believe you all, but I can't help any of you.
This is a fork in the road scenario situation. I remember the exact bodega on Wilson Street in Bushwick. Where I was when you called me, you were telling me about who took Johnny.
Yes,
and you were telling me you were watching this, and it's dark situation, and this kid, and we don't know, and it goes deep, and I hadn't seen the thing yet.
Yeah,
but I go, well, hey, did you want to talk about it in the podcast? No, it's too dark. It's too dark. And by a day or two later, all we're talking about is that.
Yeah.
And that is the moment. I mean, if you had just stuck to your guns and said, no, we're not going to talk about kid fucking.
I can't get into documentaries anymore because I'm afraid. That took over my life.
Yeah.
I had the mother on. Me and you had the mother on.
We had Noreen guy. I thought she was a kook at first, and she turns out to be this brilliant woman.
Right. She was more on top of it than anyone.
Yeah.
And then here's the deal. You find out that all of the monsters that you thought when you were a little kid were bullshit are real.
Oh, yeah.
So then what do you do? Like, what are you supposed to do? Walk around the world and,
There's no monster in your closet. He's on top of your ass, fucking it.
I mean...
Just fucking your ass.
Yeah, I mean, the monster is in the pulpit at church.
Yeah.
He's the governor. He's the Senate. I mean, So you get to a point with the conspiracy stuff for folks where it's like...
No, they want to realign the bloodline. No, they want to fuck children's ass.
That's all they're trying to do here, folks. That's literally why anything exists.
The organizer principle for any society is kid fucking.
I mean, I'm almost... Now, you know as well as I do, Mr. Garrett.
This is all crucifixion.
But, you learn all this stuff. Are you better off for it? Am I better off for it? Are you better off for it? No,
look at me. I'm overcoming 2 different infections.
Yeah.
My lungs are finally, I can breathe without wheezing.
Yeah, if I stop eating sugar, I get dizzy. This is not a good situation.
But we're gonna figure this out. We're gonna get the bomb.
And listen, people come up to me, they're like, my cousin. I believe you. You don't have to tell me. Sure.
Everyone comes up to us about this stuff. You're lovely. We have all the respect in the world for you.
I get it.
We're a band of ne'er-do-wells collectively.
Yeah, it's not.
We're not going to solve anything together.
This isn't that. I don't know what you think this is.
This is like some Krauts. Wasn't there a case in history where a bunch of different journalists got together and they cracked some case over the course of 10 years?
Oh, in the Spotlight?
They think it's Spotlight.
Yeah, it ain't that.
Spotlight.
It ain't that. The public doesn't care, and for good reason. And not for good reason, but it's understandable why they will, because your life will be commercially, personally ruined and every other way.
No, they organized a civilization where they could pluck children and take them and then fuck them and maintain. But the one thing they didn't account for was these 2 fat fucks.
Yeah, these 2 fat truth tellers podcasting. But here's the other thing, folks. We've looked into the eyes of the Nick Bryants and the Russ Bakers. We've seen...
We've seen we hear what they tell us when the mics go off.
Yeah, we've seen what it is, and here's the reality. I mean, God bless them, but it is you are walking that road alone. Those guys have walked that road alone, and to say that there's no interest in sane, rational, alternative history is almost understating it.
It takes chunks out of you.
There's no interest. There's no commercial interest in this country for what me and Ray really tried to do, which was here's this alternative way to look. Nobody has any interest now in what any facts are.
Well, because we wrote a line. Yeah. We wrote a line. We tried to write. I think we wrote it, but no one cared.
No one cared.
That was between what you have on Alex Jones on one side, and quote unquote mainstream media on the other. Where because there's a lot of actual facts out there that aren't crazy tinfoil garbage, and it isn't fucking Alex Jones talking about vampire bats raping your kids in the middle of a fucking telephone booth, whatever the hell he's doing. I mean, we were talking about declassified operations of the CIA and fucking
this is all real
military
shit.
programs.
It's all verifiable, and no one can.
Non-violent nuclear explosions at one point.
Whatever, but the point is that we did it responsibly, and that takes people don't really want that.
Right.
They would rather you be a hysteric because they are hysterics.
Right.
The people that warm to this type of material are often off. This is not people that are, doing great. These are people that feel the need to question society.
I think Basquiat listens to us.
Right. For the most part, Basquiat. For the most part, these are people that are disenfranchised to an extent, and then they come to us and they're like, hey, by the way, I just want you guys to start looking. I still remember that thing we got.
I was holding a knife to my kid's hair last Christmas, and it wasn't going well. But I just want you to know I'm a big fan. You got me through it, and I'm a big fan.
I remember that thing where it's you and Ray should investigate nursing homes. And I'm like, I still remember that. And I'm like, God, if you people really turn this into something it ain't.
Because we really cracked the other cases.
We cracked the other cases. I mean, this is it. I mean, listen, Russ Baker, God love him. God bless him. Good man. Buy that book. All those people.
Vote for him for president.
Yeah, he told us. That's the other thing, folks. That's the other thing. And now here's the other thing. He's probably not going to be on anymore. So we're kind of done with this. I mean, we might as well get in. We're at a bar with him after we do the last episode. And he starts going, all these people try to run for president. Maybe I'll throw my hat in the ring and I'll run. And then you're like, is this guy...
Is he any better?
Is he any better than these people? He's out of his bird. He's completely insane.
What was his rationale? He was like, I'll tell him to go fuck them.
He's like, I'll get in the debates and I'll bring all this stuff up. And I'm like, do you really?
So what would you do about the entitlement programs? Well, you see the kids.
Zapata Offshore was the company. And the thing Ray goes, they have rules to keep lunatics like you out of the debate. Like they have rules to keep people like you out. And Russ Baker's like, they'd probably kill me, right? If I tried to run. I'm like, no one would have to. You're dead already.
They wouldn't look. Ron Paul was a congressman. 20 years.
Congressman.
And he couldn't get in debate.
He had the radical belief that we shouldn't go to war every day.
Right.
That was his radical belief. They wouldn't let him anywhere near the debate. They wouldn't let him anywhere near the people, the American people. So, yeah, Russ, it's probably an uphill battle for you. He also said that once he tried to get a meeting with H.W. Bush. Oh, yeah. Like, I tried to get a meeting towards the end.
Oh, no, he told me. I think he respected me.
Yeah, he thinks
I think he couldn't say it, but I think he. I got closer than anyone.
He goes, I got close to the truth, and I think he respects that. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. It would be hard to verify.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like towards the end, look, the reality is he was gone. He was grabbing tits and ass.
Yeah,
he was grabbing ass all the time.
He was gone.
But he was also grabbing like cunt all the time.
Yeah,
he was
just
smack and snatch.
He was sitting in a wheelchair, getting handsy, getting real handsy towards the end.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's like you do all this.
Yeah.
For what? So you can grab a little tit at the end.
Grab a little tit, eat some lobster in Maine. Yeah. That's where you all end up.
From Kenny Bunkport.
Yeah, that's where you end up, sitting there and eating tit. I mean, eating lobster.
That's my goal. Yeah. Eating tit.
I just want to eat tits. That's what I want to do. That's why I work hard. So one day you can grow up and eat a tit. Eat it. Don't stop when you lick it. Bite it. Keep biting it. Swallow.
Yeah.
I mean, people are going to miss that. They're going to miss the Ray Kump impression. I know. I'll have to do it occasionally.
I'm sure that'll somehow resurface.
We'll have to do it occasionally.
Whoever you fucking repurpose, whatever fat slob in L.A. you find.
We're just going to do interviews. We're just going to do it. We're just trying to get people that are going to do interviews, and we're not going to talk about the fucking deep state. I'm telling you right now, folks. You might have to find another show to illuminate because there's no...
Talk to the son of James Forrestal.
Maybe get E. Howard Hunt's dog walker's maid's son's cousin.
Yeah, that bad confession where he admitted to killing Obama.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. It's deep, man. I mean, folks, and listen, I get it. I get the fucking need to look at everything and go, there's more here than what we're seeing.
There is more there. No one's saying, we're not saying there isn't.
We're not saying there isn't.
But you ain't going to do anything about it.
But I mean, the reality is, I don't know what to tell. Go to Syria, join ISIS.
We can't condone that, but join a group there.
Join a group.
You know what we mean.
You go and maybe it's maybe it's not better. Maybe you get sick of the food after a while. It's hot.
I love Mediterranean food.
I know, but I don't think they're having the best. They're not eating in restaurants.
All I wear is black.
That's true.
I mean, I could stand to lose a few pounds. I feel like it'd be like a forced fitness regimen.
They can't fit a bomb on you. So embarrassing. They can't fit a suicide vest on you. You're like, listen, I'll let me hold it. Let me hold it like a baby. Put it in the baby carriage. What do you mean I wouldn't have a baby? They don't know that. They don't know that I wouldn't have a baby. This is stupid. I have to go run around now so I can just fit the suicide vest on? It's just fucked up. I'm going back to Brooklyn to live like I'm dead. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to die. I'll live like I'm dead.
That's a real wake-up call when
around,
you can't fit the suicide vest.
Mo Diggs used to have a joke like that where he's like, I'm too fat to be a terrorist. Oh, yeah.
So wait a minute. I just felt bad for him.
Mo Diggs would always be like, what if I did this hack joke? And then he'd tell the joke was the funniest joke. You're like, that'd be great. You should do that. Kill. He's like, no. Louis C.K. is back. Jumping in. Diving in.
I liked the initial bit I heard about the Parkland kids.
I had a better bit that I never got to work. Shut up. It was better.
I liked it. I liked your bit also.
My bit was better about the Parkland kids.
Yours was just more hateful.
No, it wasn't. It was a better bit.
We should kill these kids.
My whole bit about the Parkland kids was I don't want any kids to get shot in this country anymore except those kids. They should be the last kids ever shot. We got to shoot those kids. And it was funny because they had a lot of Twitter followers and I was angry about that or whatever.
It was funny because I wanted these kids to die.
It's funny.
I don't know. The Louis thing, at first it seemed like, yeah, it's a little edgy, but and the more these things come out, he's like, get your hands, like, these cool. I mean, it wasn't in the initial audio that I heard. The audio I heard was just him talking about the Parkland kids and, like, maybe talking to Congress or whatever. And then it comes out that he's, like, talking about it to his doctor, like, I don't want to eat ice cream anymore. Like, don't take my ice cream away, you fat Jew, or something like that. Yeah, he's like,
you fat Jew, faggot, don't touch me. I mean,
It's edgy.
He's back, folks. He's back, and he's not...
He's doing bits about Asian guys' genitals. It's
some of it's like 13-year-old.
I don't want to be the fucking the guy doing open mics and shows, shitting
telling on Louis, but not all of it's going to be great, folks. What are you going to do? Some of it's great. He's a genius. I don't know. Let him work it out. Ron Bennington had the best point about this, where Ron was like, if you cheat on your wife, you got to come back to the house and not be 100% of yourself. You got to be like, let me help you cook. Oh, your sister's coming over? Great. Like, you got to be a little, and Louis is just kind of like, I'm right in there. But
yeah, put my dick out.
People are like, where was that audience? It's like Long Island. He could have done and said anything he wanted to.
Oh, no. I mean, you hear in the recording, he's like, I think he mentions David Hogg. They're like, fuck him.
Yeah, they're like, kill him. Kill him.
Crucify him.
That's so funny. Kill him.
Holidays are coming up.
Are they?
Or are they gone?
Well,
they're over.
There's all kinds of holidays.
I guess they got Martin Luther King Day coming up.
Well, when's Arbor Day?
That's in August, I think.
All right. It's coming up.
Well, whatever it is, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, you're going to be getting together with friends and family.
To smoke cigars.
Right, so.
Nothing better than a bunch of Long Island guys in a backyard smoking cigars. If they're doing that, it's because they're celebrating a civil rights leader. Right. Usually.
So, I like doing that.
I love it. But sometimes
smoking a cigar,
you don't know what cigar to get. You go, what am I going to get? I feel, I don't know, bad.
I don't know.
I'm intimidated.
There are times I enjoy a cigar. My baby being born. My baby falling off a bike.
Right. You got to celebrate.
You got to celebrate.
So here's what you do. You take a little quiz. You go to cigarclub.com, folks. That's what you do.
You want to know because you don't know what fucking cigars are. You can't afford the best.
Cigarclub.com is basically they handpick cigars around your personal taste. You answer a few questions. They're very simple. What kind of coffee gets you going? What's your favorite type of chocolate? What's your go-to beverage in the evening? If you could only live on one meat, it would be what? What's your favorite late-night munchie?
Where were you the day Kennedy was shot?
Right. So all of these questions will get added into a profile, which will help them select a great cigar, and they'll send it to you. It's very easy, folks.
Imagine if this stuff they were tracking you. They're tracking you through cigars.
Cigarclub.com.
They're just using this to...
Sometimes you deserve it, you know? And I would buy one. I would go and get it.
I like cigar. I've been having some emphysema problems lately.
Yeah, but you still got to do it.
You don't inhale.
Right. It's fine.
I love the oily wrap.
Yeah.
The big, the foul. I like a phallic thing in my mouth.
It's a masculine thing.
It's like a cock.
Especially if you haven't started a business or raised a family and you want to kind of still be into that.
Right.
Get a cigar going.
It's like a cock you can smoke. It's phallic. I like it.
100%.
Have you ever?
You don't have to be gay to enjoy it. Clearly,
sometimes the corner store has them, but it's hard to tell if they're fresh.
You don't know, and they'll lie to you at the corner store. Do they even speak English?
They barely speak English.
They'll lie right to you.
I asked them. I got a fucking couple of egg sandwiches.
Yeah.
And I asked for an almond joy.
Yeah.
And then we get there. We're eating our egg sandwiches.
Yeah.
And then we realized he said yes. He gave me the almond joy. He didn't give it to me.
He's a liar.
And so you're gonna trust him with your cigars?
No, thank you. Cigarclub.com, folks. Easy, quick, painless. Okay, and there's a great deal for you too. If you go to cigarclub.com, I'll tell you right now, it's really something that you should do. There's a good deal, and it's very good. And what you do, you use the promo code TD15, you get 15% off. I mean, really, Can you afford not to do this? Pick up some custom cigars for your next get-together. They'll be delivered to you with a cigar cutter and everything. All you have to do is smoke it. Cigar cutter, custom cigars. TD15.
Answer is no, you can't afford not. Go get a credit card and put these on your credit card.
Do it.
Do it. Come on, just get some credit. That's what they're fucking, that makes you an American.
Do it. It's going to be great. CigarClub.com, TD15, promo code. Save money, smoke. Goodbye. I'll tell you right now, folks. It's been a weird journey. What do you think some of the, what stands out to you as some of the craziest episodes that we've done?
I mean, the craziest... just having, Noreen Gosh.
Noreen is really the one.
That was just it felt like a whirlwind. It's because you watch the documentary and she seems like she's shot. She's just like
she's nuts.
And then we have her on and she's just
great.
And she's not really kind of responding to cues like, hey, we're going to talk. She's talking over us and for she's going to get out of control. And you realize that after a point, oh, wait, no, she's making perfect sense.
She's good.
She's the most rational guy of all. But the director was putting her down kind of.
Yeah, the director was fine. He was like nothing. He was like a nothing.
He gets that documentary, I feel like, in a way where it makes it look stupid. It's like he's just like, she should be the star of the show.
Yeah. And we listened to her, and she was like, she was really coherent, smart, interesting. I've never gotten involved in, and I don't want to call it true crime because I think that diminishes what it is.
Right.
Everyone loves true crime. If it had been a true crime podcast, we'd be millionaires. Everybody loves true crime, until it's real crime. It's never ending.
You want to hear about me slicing some tit off?
Yeah. People love.
I could do that.
People love true crime. It's true crime. It's an unsolved murder.
How scary is Charles Manson?
How about unsolved 50 years of human trafficking? How about that? But that was the craziest case I'd ever been involved in, where I was like, oh, we have this platform to talk to people and engage with them, and it opened up this very dark reality.
I mean, there was the episode with Nick Bryant when the mics went off, and I guess I shouldn't repeat it, but it got dark.
It got dark.
Darker than the episode.
I wrote a book on lower socioeconomic children. I liked poor kids, in factories and warehouses and workhouses.
There was a live episode where Russ Baker asked if everyone remembered the Gulf War.
Yeah, Russ Baker, we brought him in, and he totally he shit the bed for a live episode at TBS Festival. We brought him in, he totally shit the bed in front of everybody. Great. Started saying ridiculous things. He said, Kevin Spacey, people will forget that, these are all that we knew about these people's and Me Too stuff. Years later, I'll have to tell somebody, Kevin Spacey, he was an actor, he used to be an actor. And it's like, you shut up.
Got the silence. I was just like, what?
People didn't understand what he said.
I didn't think the hell he was saying.
He's out of his mind. The live episode.
I mean, the Pizza Hut lunch buffet.
Great. Still a classic, folks.
We should release. Why don't we put that one out more often?
We should put that one out. Pizza Hut lunch buffet. I always put out the Lou Pearlman one because that's very funny.
But you keep doing it. I mean, put out the Pizza Hut buffet.
Lou Pearlman was the only time he stuck with a topic and really, it was the first and only time in the history of this show.
It was episode 3, I think, right?
Actually stuck with it. How many episodes do we have, Bobby? We've had more producers on this show.
Well, we keep. I mean, there was Dana.
We had Fat Dana first. She wouldn't keep her mouth shut.
Right.
Okay. Fat Dana.
Wasn't great.
The Shannon, the lovely Shannon.
Right.
Shannon Lee.
And then I think she got sick of us.
Yeah. Well, then they moved her, and then we had that other idiot. Remember him? Who was that guy?
Howie.
Howie.
Is he still with the network?
No.
What happened to Howie?
He's still around. What
do you mean still around? He's not with the network. What do you mean still around?
I mean, he comes out to parties and stuff like that. He shows up to it.
He just shows up?
Yeah.
That's great.
Under what circumstances was he let go?
I think we were like his only show.
Yeah, and he lived far away.
Where do you live?
Tough for him to get in here.
All right, let's break this down for a second.
Sure.
So we had a guy. Were we his only show?
No, he had Godfrey, and there was something else he was doing.
So why was he removed from Godfrey?
Just a show. What's that?
Why was he removed from those shows? Similar complaints?
Yeah.
Okay. So he was let go. He was shamed. He was told you can't do any of these shows.
He wasn't.
By the way, if Howie's listening, I like you. You're a good guy.
Listening. He's a great dude.
He's probably listening. But why is he coming? I mean, it seems like is he coming out to case the joints so he can shoot you all up?
I hope not.
I mean, I don't go to these gas events.
He's a nice guy.
Ralph and Lewis are very generous guys, and I appreciate you throwing these events. I haven't been to the last few, and part of that's because I'm afraid Howie's going to shoot up the bar.
No.
Yeah, he's not. He can't afford a gun. Get fucking real.
You guys, this will be your 129th show.
Wow. Getting it in under 130, folks. Getting it in under 130. That's the way it is.
I've been under 130 since I was in 6th grade.
You're not kidding. Yeah, there's a lot. There's been a lot of fun episodes. There's been a lot of. I mean, David Talbot is still a great one.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's been a lot of fun, and then there's a lot of the ones like we talked about. That's the other thing people don't realize. We've put 129 hours of stuff out. You know what I mean?
Right.
129 hours. Let's say 10 of them are solo episodes. Let's say 119 hours of just conversations.
Yeah.
Of everything we've done in our past. So much. It is wild when you think about how much stuff is out there.
Yeah.
You know?
Incriminating evidence.
That just you could go back and sift through. When did we start this? July of what?
2016.
We got in as the whole conspiracy thing was really becoming mainstream. Like it literally mainstream.
Like the day we started was the day, like I think it was Trump was going on, like, you know, he's hit his mother with a hammer.
Yeah, right. We started this and then it became Pizzagate and then all of this. And it grew into this.
We were supposed to be the quirky outsiders.
We were going to be the lunatics. We ended up being the rational ones.
Right.
We were the rational people.
Yeah.
We had no idea how crazy things were going to get.
We were like the madmen who was like, look, oh, there's someone behind the curtain.
Right.
In fact, now the president's fucking...
Yeah, the president's like, there are people behind the curtain.
It's me.
It's like, I remember the Chris Gethard special on election night.
Oh, God, that was,
That was a real wild.
I mean, guy in a banana suit crying.
Guy who was dressed up like a banana or a plantain or whatever he was, crying.
Women you yelling at women crying for no reason,
and
I guess.
Screaming at them.
Yeah.
Women throwing themselves on the floor. White women. White rich women.
Don't feel bad for them. I'm trying to keep it calm and cool, like I'm like my kid of divorced parents.
Yeah,
like, it's all gonna be fine.
Yeah,
they're racist, but they're not gonna lynch anybody.
Yeah,
boy, was I wrong.
Hey, egg on our face. But I mean, and it's just funny. Like the trajectory the show has taken over 2 years has been a wild. It's been a wild. Robbie Bernstein is what is this? Robbie Bernstein's here, our ad guy.
Did you get me a cake for going away?
And this is jerky.
We got jerky.
You. Look at this, Ray. Look at all this.
Is this for me? Like going away
us?
present?
Yeah, this is one of your sponsors.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Do we get to take this? That's yours. Oh, thank you.
Oh, we got some nice jerky.
You go, Ray.
Thank you so much. This
you go.
This is like a.
This is your going away party. You get jerky.
This is better than a watch.
This is.
What do we got? We got the People's Choice beef.
Ooh, honey barbecue, hickory smoke.
They're old school sticks of beef. I've been planning on losing weight. This is good. We go back in the low carb. This is good.
I gotta lose weight too, folks. All new things, 2019. We're gonna be
best
thin.
episode
in 12
ever.
months, we're gonna both be fucking hot.
Was you and that scumbag came on when that scumbag came on the show, and you guys tried to team up on me about my low carb diet?
Oh,
fucking greasy,
Justin Silver,
that greasy guy.
Yeah, that wop.
That fucking dumb wop.
That dumb wop.
Fucking hey, you can't just do you can do extreme. Shut up, you fucking.
I'm trying to get rid of Facebook. I saw a status on Facebook the other day about a 12-year-old or about a 15-year-old who's graduating Harvard, and some idiot,
right?
This guy that I know, who I used to be a tour guide with, just a dumb animal,
right?
Writes this on Facebook, and this is where I go. It's just you got at a certain point, you look at all this stuff and you start to laugh, right? So this kid is graduating both high school and Harvard at the same time. And this guy, this lunatic, writes this, and I think this is great. He goes, "Really? ? Big deal. Really? Life experience is just as important as classroom experience, in my opinion, and this kid is missing out big time. I think he would have gotten more out of his Harvard years if he attended as an adult. I think he shortchanged himself. If I was his parent, I'd be rather trepidatious." You know, he fucking went to thesaurus for that. Trepidatious sending him to Cambridge as a teenager. It's like, there's not one person who uses the word life experience.
He's missing out. You learn a lot when you go to BOCES.
Yeah. It's like, listen, Here's the reality of the situation.
Apex Tech. You're not going there. You're not getting the tools.
Anybody who uses the word life experience is a complete and loser. They're a failure. Life experience never means anything good. It means your wife left you and you live in a van.
I wouldn't set myself on fire because I'm an angel dust.
These kids don't know nothing about real life where you get addicted to coke for 10 years and lose everything and hang out in a casino and then you live with your brother. That's life experience. This fucking kid's at Harvard.
Oh, what would you invent some robot that filters garbage out of the air?
Oh, what do you take a bunch of fancy tests? Come back. I helped my brother because he had a leg injury and I was living in his house and I stole his bills. And he called the cops on me and then I had to return and apologize to him even though I'm still not allowed at the house. And I go over for a very awkward dinner. He's dating an Asian woman now and they watch me wherever I go in the house, but we all pray together before we eat. That's life experience.
This scumbag's just going to go to Harvard
and
at 13?
This scumbag's just going to has high SAT scores? Fuck you. You don't know what life experience is.
Every morning I go to Dunkin' Donuts and I talk to this. She's not technically a hooker, but she said she sucked my dick for $20, and I almost do it, but I don't. And I white knuckle it and just get my coffee and go. And he doesn't know what sacrifice is.
Those are the lessons you learn in the real world. Not like these fucking pansies in school with their fancy snowflake getting their feelings hurt. My father used to beat the shit out of me for no damn reason.
I have this infection on my leg. I don't know what it is. I think it could be silly. It might be MRSA.
But it's just so funny to me that this fucking moron writes this and he's like,
Well, I mean, look, how many? I don't want to blow smoke up, but how many? Instagram, for instance. Yeah. How many followers do you have?
14,000.
How many people are you following?
400.
All right, so you have about 14,000 fans or whatever you want to call them. People who
sure.
Facebook is a weird platform. I mean, it's, for normal people, it's fine, but for the first 5,000 people, but to be honest, most of them are not other comedians.
No.
They're people who you met maybe through comedy at some point, or now they work at a deli.
Maybe 400 that are other comedians, and that's being very generous.
Right. So it's just a weird platform where you have 5,000 people, or let's say 4,500 on your on friend level where you're following them. You're not following these people on Instagram who follow you.
Right.
You're not seeing their horse shit they're doing.
Right.
But Facebook makes you it's trying to level the playing field.
Right.
And make you guys equal. And so some guy who's fucking, opening, for you in Duluth, and the rest of the month he's fucking, milking a fucking old lady.
Well, Facebook is a special kind of bad because what it does is it attempts to create this community out of people that these are people, you get into comedy, you realize most people shouldn't be on a stage. Most of them shouldn't have a microphone. Most of them shouldn't live in the public at all. You see this on social media. You're like, a lot of these people just don't need to have an outlet to express their opinions. Their opinions are not even their opinions. They're just restating things. It's unnecessary. We don't need it. We don't need it, And some of the memes are very funny, and some of these are people that are memes, That's the problem. I'd rather a meme. Give me the meme. But when you see these idiots talk about life experience, school of hard knocks, it always comes from a loser. My mother's friend Dennis lived in her house. He used to say life in the big city all the time. He's dead now. He died on a fishing boat. He had a heart attack. He was 60.
Oh, I met Dennis.
You met Dennis.
Dennis was the guy I met at a wake, just to paint the picture for you.
Sure.
I don't know him at all from a hole in the wall. In the wake, he started talking about some son of some guy who, his neighbor's son.
The guy he was living with, his son.
Who's in jail now, but if he gets out of jail and comes at me, I got a shotgun. I'll shoot this man in the face.
Yeah, he's like, I'll shoot him. I'll kill him.
I'll go to jail. I don't care. I got to live for it.
Dennis used to drink wine out of a big plastic cup that you would get at Burger King, when you get a big soda or something.
Right.
He would drink
wine out of that?
Yeah, he was an animal.
Wow.
And he would load it up. Yeah, fill it up with ice and wine. And he would just walk around the house and he would go.
With the straw in the lid too?
Yeah, no, not the straw in the lid. He would, without the straw in the lid, he would just, and he'd be like, life in the big city. Life in the big city. What? And he would just say that no matter what. He'd be like, no matter what, he'd be like, my children tried to call. I was drunk. They haven't spoken to me for 10 years. I guess they probably won't speak to me. Life in the big city. That was his refrain no matter what happened, And, he was just this guy.
I'm sad he passed.
he was a fun man, but he would always say shit like that. These people don't know anything about the real world. And to him, the real world was that when he divorced his wife, instead of paying her alimony, he went to live in a van by the boardwalk in Long Beach, Long Island. That was his real world. Is like, I'll go live in a van. Fuck this bitch.
Yeah.
Fuck this bitch.
A lot of people say that, but he did it.
He did it.
Wow. How long?
For a year or something. Enough where, she, I think, at that point, like, remarried and was like, I don't need this shit.
I can't milk this son of a bitch.
And then he went in and lived with my mother in a room in her crack house, and it was like, at a certain point, it was like, he kind of had his bona fides. It's like, hey, I'm a dirtbag. You're not getting anything from me.
Right.
But he was always one of those guys who'd be like, nobody knows anything about the real world, how the real world works. And I'm like, well, your real world is that you're a drunk and, I like you, but you're a drunk and you've made horrible decisions and you continue to. I mean, that's your world. It's not everybody's world.
What do you do for money?
He worked construction for years, for a while, and then he got some other job, and then he lived in my mother's van, parked in my grandmother's house.
Oh, really?
When my mother sold her house, Dennis moved into her van, and he lived
while your grandma was there?
Yeah, he lived in a driveway, and he would go in the house and shower, and then he would sleep in the van in the driveway.
How'd your grandmother feel about this?
She felt bad for him.
All right.
She felt very bad.
Not bad enough to let him in the house, besides showering.
Well, there's nowhere for him to sleep.
No, it wasn't. I'm just saying, like, were you living there too at the time?
No.
Okay.
But he was living in a van, and he'd still give advice. This is the thing with these guys. They would never stop giving advice. No matter where they are, no matter how low, how much society kicks in their face, these types of people never stop telling you that they know better.
Well, it's also like sometimes they try to couch it as like, well, look, I learned from my mistake, but your mistakes were so egregious.
And they're ongoing. Your mistakes are ongoing. Yeah. They're continually happening. And he would go like this, he'd be like, you kids don't know nothing. And it was like, you're living in a van in my grandmother's drive. What do you know, sir? What do you know?
I've seen Shangri-La.
He was like, I was in Vietnam. Shut up about that. You killed
That's why we lost the war.
You killed some kids. We get it. Enough.
You were fucking all doped out. Yeah. I thought it was VC. It was a goddamn nursery.
But like, this is the thing where sometimes
this is why we can't get on the fucking.
Why it's
the morning circuit.
This is not a mainstream show, folks. This is why it's we tried to make it a mainstream show, but we're not.
Did we?
No, we didn't try that hard. That's a good.
I missed an episode.
That's a fair point. It's a fair point, but I mean, the show was very true to the conversations we had.
Right.
This is what we will still talk about, and you all won't hear it. Sadly, you'll hear it in the future, but for the next few months you won't.
We'll still select bonus episodes.
Yeah, but I mean, these are the things we would talk about heading back to Long Island. That was the fun times.
Yeah.
Those were the good times.
You complaining about never getting no club will book me. I'm killing all over the goddamn city. Why can't I get in the club?
I had nothing going on in my career. Nothing. I couldn't get a Montreal audition. Right. Remember that? And you were just driving me in and out.
Just singing the goddamn. Well, he's seen me so many times. He doesn't want to see me anymore.
And like I remember driving around and. We would smoke. We would smoke Marlboro, smoke.
Every night, at 2 a.m., roll the Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Give me the nacho cheese on the side. Give me that goddamn nacho cheese.
I would scream at these people. Give me a side of marinara sauce with the pizza. I said to one of them once, I go, I'll come back here and I'll kill you. I'll kill you when you get off.
Well, you can't do that.
I was like, you can't do this. You know what? You got to inspire them.
Yeah.
I want to tell you about People's Choice beef jerky.
Why? What do you want to tell me about?
LA's original small batch beef jerky. You're a jerky guy. You love it. It's a healthy snack.
I don't like Slim Jim, though.
Everyone's going paleo.
Is this like Slim Jim?
No. It's a family business from California. They've been making quality jerky for 85 years. It's not mass produced. It's marinated, sliced, cooked by hand. So number one, totally different than Slim Jim.
They have a steak and they're cutting it into little strips.
Yes. People's Choice beef jerky is handmade in small batches. It's the new year. Beef jerky is great for staying healthy. It's high protein. Keep it in your desk at work. It's a quick, healthy meal or a snack. You got to get rid of the carbs. Got to get rid of the sugar. Taste the jerky. Can you get it open?
I'll see if I can get. Yeah,
it's very tough, but get it open. You can taste it. I'm sure it's nice. Small batches are good because what happens is you don't have all of the chemicals used in producing a large batch. You have small batches, they go out. Are you able to...
I need a scissor.
You have a
in here?
scissor? Is there a scissor to open the jerky?
It's very. You can tell it's cryo sealed because it's
TD15
to keep it fresh.
TD15 you get 15% off the jerky. 15% off if you go to peopleschoicebeefjerky.com. This is the choice of the people, and they're really into it. Ray's finally got it open.
Not yet.
He's not gotten it open yet, but he will. That's part of the fun of the jerky is opening it because it builds anticipation. It's like Shake Shack. You wait in line, and then by the time you put it in your mouth, you're like, ooh, this is yummy. Still not open. Well, let me tell you. I mean, it's really a great snack. It could be a meal replacement if you're on the go. I travel a lot. You say to yourself, what can I eat? What's easy to just... Lord Jesus Christ. He has a scissor, and he cannot open a plastic bag. This is fucking amazing. It's going to be tasty, I bet. It smells good. It has a nice hickory.
Right, I'm in.
He's in. He's got it.
All right.
Take a bite of that.
That's nice.
It's nice.
It's nice.
Smoky.
I like it smoky. It's got a nice after oak.
Yeah. TD15 to get 15% off, folks.
Got a nice heat to it.
Yeah. TD15, 15% off.
The texture on the out. Ooh, it's hot.
Yeah.
It's really hot.
Well, did you have the hot one? I think you had the spicy one.
Flaming hot, it's called.
Oh, yeah. You have a spicy one.
It's spicy.
Okay. Well,
I like this.
TD15 to get 50% off. Go to America's Go to peopleschoicebeefjerky.com, folks. It's a great high-protein, quick, healthy snack, meal replacement. Let's do it.
Oily on the outside. It's nice and dry on the inside.
All right, shut up. Happy New Year.
We should have done a Taco Bell episode.
We should have done a Taco Bell episode. I Grubhubbed it the other day to my apartment.
Did you?
Yeah, you don't feel, there's nothing that makes you feel more like a dirtbag.
I did that. I hear, you want to hear a crazy?
Yeah.
It's not crazy. It's crazy in the sense of why am I alive?
Yeah.
But 6 months ago, I couldn't find my keys. I think
Yeah.
wallet. So I stayed home from work.
Yeah.
So I couldn't find my keys, and since I couldn't leave the house, I just got a what do you call it? The Uber Eats. I got Uber Eats Taco Bell, and I got way too much Taco Bell, and they left the soda off. It's all cold when you get it. You can't eat Taco Bell a half hour later.
No, it's not even food anymore.
Yeah, it's just styrofoam and with sour cream. It really...
Taco Bell's got to be hot.
If I was a better man, it would be a wake-up call.
Because you want to eat Taco Bell when it's so hot where you're like, I don't even know what this goo is.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
They
you
call it jalapeno sauce. I don't want to think about what it is or what it becomes when it's not piping hot.
You don't want,
And it's never real hot. It's microwave hot. Like when you eat Taco Bell, you can feel that it's like artificially just hot for the sake of it.
You don't want the quote unquote picante cheese to coagulate in your colon. You want to slide through.
Slide through.
Oh.
Slip slide.
The cinnamon sticks were fucking.
They're not good.
They're tasty, but
Yeah.
they're. As I'm talking now, I can feel my teeth clenching from how the chalkboard scraping.
Yeah.
That's what they are when you eat them.
It ain't good, folks. It ain't
That
good.
was every night. I was running for. You mentioned. I listened to your podcast, and you mentioned it wasn't once. It wasn't once 5 miles a day. It was every day.
Well, I mentioned
every day for a year.
I mentioned it in deference to you.
Every day for a year. You said maybe it was one time, 5 miles.
Well, I said maybe. I prefaced it with
I'm
maybe.
just clarifying.
Yeah.
And I'm not blaming you because that would not be taking responsibility.
Right,
But
right.
those Taco Bell liaisons didn't help.
They ain't. No, I agree. No, they didn't. I mean, we really did some damage in that year. My grandmother ended up dying.
5 miles a day in the winter. I bought a ski mask thing. What do you call it? A mandibula? What do they call that? I was running around like a semi. I was still semi-fat.
Yeah.
I was almost in decent shape.
You were running around your neighborhood in a ski mask?
Around the morgue neighborhood. Old Willis
Oh, my
Path.
God. How many cops were called?
There was
For
some
that?
cop pulled over at one point.
Really?
Well, a weird fat detective.
Yeah.
In a Cutlass Sierra or Cutlass
Okay.
Cutlass Supreme.
All right.
An old 80s.
An old one?
Yeah.
What the fuck's going on?
I don't know. He got out. He's like, hey,
He's trying to pick you up?
I work at the 4th precinct.
He's trying to fuck you.
Yeah,
Get in here, you fat fuck.
He's like, yeah, you work at the morgue, right? I work over the 4th precinct. precinct. I just want you to know I see you running here every day. I think you're doing a great thing.
No, he didn't say that. Really?
Well, because he saw me initially when I was like very fat, and I lost weight over the course of a certain period.
Good.
I want you to know you're doing a good thing.
You're looking good, sir.
Thank you very much. Why touch him? What? What's going on here? This is ridiculous. I love running.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's a real, folks, I wish, the show had become, I wish we were on with Kelly Ripa and Nick Bryant.
I would be grabbing her right now.
Hello, Kelly, it's Nick Bryant. You're fucking the kids. You know that, right?
I wrote a book about low socioeconomic children.
Hello, Kelly, it's Russ Baker. You look very tasty today. Sorry. Anyway.
A lot of talent in this show.
Yeah, a lot of talent in this show. You look real perky, Kelly. If you know what I mean. Some hard nips.
It would be a great Patreon feature to have like the after hours mic, like just mic these guys after the show.
Some of what Nick Bryant said was terrifying. And I'm not telling you on social media. So no. You could go.
Just use your imagination.
Use your imagination.
Whatever happens, just appreciate the unknown. We're telling you.
Appreciate the unknown.
It's tantalizing. Once you know, it's just like, ugh. They're just us. Then you're us. You think we're happy?
Yeah. This is not, this is not what you want to be.
Just, why do you want to know what Shangri-La is? What is Shangri-La anyway?
What is Shangri-La?
Isn't that one of those mythic places?
What is Shangri-La? It's the title of the episode. Shangri-La. We've gone to Shangri-La.
Bobby, can you look up Shangri-La?
I think it's like Nirvana or something.
It's like El Dorado.
Nirvana's like that state of peace.
Right, but isn't it like El Dorado? Like one of
El Dorado's an ancient city of gold, mythical city.
Shangri-La's like that.
I don't know.
Bobby, can you look up Shangri-La?
I don't know why you're singing to mean kids getting fucked.
That wasn't what I meant.
It's a fictional place described in the 1933 novel Lost Horizon by British author James Hilton. I'm reading the Wikipedia right now.
Thank you.
I think it has something to do with Hinduism.
As a mystical, harmonious valley, gently guided from a lamasery.
Lamasery.
Well, we're going to Shangri-La.
Yeah,
that's what
Lama, like a llama. You know the Dalai Lama. Bobby?
What are you going to do on the new pod? What are you going to do? Are you solo? You doing some guests?
I'm doing solo. I'll probably do some guests at one point.
Yeah.
I'm going to not fork off, but I'm doing a podcast with Lucy.
Okay, very good. Look at this.
That's coming soon.
You're taking on a lot.
Yeah, it's going to be called Our Love is Disgusting. That's coming.
Interesting.
In coming months, maybe sooner than later.
Okay, we believe you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, it's gonna get real fast.
So it's
it's called Comp. It's gonna be a exploration of just the world, politics, economics, filtered through my array of experiences, such as the morgue and the potato bread warehouse, and my sensibilities. If you're a fan of my sensibilities, you'll appreciate this. We're gonna branch off into having conversations with economists, perhaps if they'll talk to me.
Yeah.
Poets. I'd like to talk to a poet at some point.
That's good.
I'm gonna try also do some Michael Moore stuff where I get in people's faces. Assault, not assault, but get
I just imagine you like getting beaten and you're like holding a mic up. Are they still recording?
I am the fourth estate, and I want to take that responsibility seriously.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be fun. I think you should check out that podcast. I think it's gonna be very, very good. It's one of those things. It's sad to end the version of the show that we've kind of been doing for a long time. But I think it's necessary too, because it's like you always want to do stuff that's exciting and interesting, and we've done a lot of shit here, and there's not too much more that we can do with a lot of the subject matter that we covered. We covered a lot.
No, look, we have a shared sensibility, but it's like we're probably better served that if it comes to fruition in 6 months, a year, maybe we'll do something else.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, we covered it. If you have any interest in this country, the intelligence apparatus, all of that stuff. We had a CIA agent on the show.
Could we talk more about the thing where the guy dropped chaff grenades onto a school? Maybe.
Yeah, sure.
But I mean,
you need episode 3 of that? Yeah.
Kind of circling the drain here a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's not so. You know what it is? If the world didn't go insane,
right?
You wonder if it would be a different situation, because the territory the turf that we're on has been co-opted completely.
Oh yeah,
by crazy,
by trolls,
and lunatics,
open mic comedians who join Antifa,
right.
Who accuse you of murder,
right, that are like Tim Dillon's a white supremacist because I said, funny. But he's hilarious, and I always would rather that. I would, as long as you say I'm funny, it's like you can say whatever else you want. But
by the way, can anyone spare me some money?
Right,
want to buy a burrito?
I have $1. But the problem I think with a lot of conversation now is that like everyone's hysteric. Nobody's a sane, rational person.
Right.
Very few people are.
I mean, the
business we're in sucks.
There is no I have the moral superiority in my head theoretically.
Yeah.
Of being this that's what I'm saying. It's like supposedly I am doing the right thing, and these people are making living off their podcasts. Or whatever, they're cultivating fans, and we're just sitting here going like, no, there's got to be a middle ground here.
Right.
There's got to be a true path.
Well, yeah, we're trying to establish like what I was trying to talk about before. People don't care anymore about the show was like getting the facts and getting to like, well, what really happened versus what people said happened.
Right.
Now people are just like, well, what should have happened?
Right.
What should happen? It's all a value argument, It's a moral panic. So everybody's like, what does this say? What does this mean? Who does this elevate? And you're like, no, we're really just trying to get to like what actually happened, and does that matter? And an understanding of history.
Kermit Roosevelt, he overthrew Mossadegh in Iran. So you think white men should go overthrow it? No,
right? No, shut up. And that's a thing where it's like, it isn't. I won't say that it's not constructive because these things are important to kind of talk about, but like even on the bigger shows, they bring on Jordan Peterson and stuff like that. No one is talking about this shit.
Right.
Everyone is kind of talking about these.
Yeah, go find your father in the belly of a whale.
And listen, these debates are also important. Campus culture and all of this, that's fine. But what we were trying to do is look at actual events in history that have happened and go, we have a pretty good reason to believe that it might have happened differently. And nobody, including Noam Chomsky, including Chris Hedges, nobody really cares.
Cut the shit, Tim. Let's get something important. Pathos.
Pathos.
How do you find your father in the belly of a whale?
Yeah, that's a good point. Well,
I mean, it's like these are the conversations that are being... And look, they're fine.
They're fine.
Philosophy's fine.
And it's important because that affects people's daily life. Here's the thing. Watergate doesn't affect you in the way that like you getting uncomfortable in the college classroom because, you said the wrong thing does. So I get it. Right. Or people said you said the wrong thing and you didn't. And you're fighting what is the right thing to say. That is more of a definite, immediate impact on your life than what happened 50 years ago.
No, I get. Yeah, I guess, you being uncomfortable for work. Yeah, there's blood on the streets of Panama, but I guess who's uncomfortable here?
Well, I had a great talk with Janine Garofalo where she's like, all these people are getting crazy about the Me Too and all this stuff, but she's like, does anyone care that we bomb Pakistani wedding? That we've been in a illegal drone war? No one really cares.
What did Louis say?
Everyone's like, what did Louis do? These white men can say whatever they think they want. These are not, and what I've learned by being in comedy long enough is like, everybody just is kind of fearful of not working, and they just want to say the right things that will allow them to work.
Has a guy. I mean, I could almost buy it if anyone came out there and was like, so some reporter had an article like, "Hey, Louis, this great comedian, seems to be pushing the boundaries more than you would think he would."
Yeah.
No, it's like, this is a goddamn outrage.
Yeah.
I can't believe
this is sickening.
I can't believe what I'm hearing.
Really? Can't believe what you're hearing. What about Abu Ghraib? Were you that shocked when Abu Ghraib came out? When we found out we had
when Seymour Hersh came out, it was like, it wasn't just Abu Ghraib. They were fucking, the soldiers are fucking the kids in the ass.
Yeah, when you found out that people were showing up at an airport and then being taken into another room, drugged and renditioned, and woke up in Sudan and being tortured in like a underground labyrinth of prisons, was that shocking? Was that as shocking as Louis' joke about the park ticket? You can't take these people seriously. Right. You can't. They're all just desperate for attention. Yeah. They're trying to work. And it's
Slate. What the fuck is Slate.com?
Who knows? Salon.com was started by David Talbot.
Right.
And they fucking eventually kicked him out because he started talking about, well, you know what?
You know how the Nazis are. They were funded by us.
And by the way, the reason that the corporate overlords love social justice is because as long as everyone's on the same page to consume,
right?
They just want everyone consuming and buying. So as long as everybody is, it's consumption-driven society, then they're all fucking happy. That's why it's like Nike's woke. They support Kaepernick, and it's it's like with the 5-year-olds or
just beating a 5-year-old child,
making their things. But I mean, listen, man. I mean, we're not really better, but we're living in the society too. But it just gets to a point where,
which is a 5-year-old kid kneeling in a Nike factory.
Yeah, there's only so much.
Get that?
What'd you say?
The 5-year-old kid kneeling in a Nike factory.
Why is he kneeling? Oh,
Kaepernick kneeled. Didn't get it? Get it?
Yep. I thought it was another. Is the kid blowing the Nike person?
It probably is. It always comes back.
Something made me laugh the other day, and I don't know why, but it was just me and Ray were in a car, and we were doing 1877 cars for kids, and one of the kids was like, well, hey, they're trading in cars for us. At least we're not getting fucked anymore. And me and Ray were like pretending to be the people that work there. We're like, whoa. Hold the fuck on. Wait, what do you think's going on in these cars?
No one said you're not getting fucked.
You stupid. And again, folks, it's humor.
That's what we do in our spare time.
This is funny. It's just funny because it's horrible. We're making fun of the horror. We didn't do it. Right. We're making fun of the horror. And you say, like, well, no, you should do something more about it than laugh about it. All right, well, then take a gun into Common Pizza and see what happens. See what happens.
We're not allowed to endorse that.
Pizzagate wasn't real, but it was probably real enough where you could fucking...
You deplatformed our mentor.
Yeah. Wait, who was that?
Alex Jones.
Alex Jones. It's one of those situations. It's, any parting thoughts? What have you learned? 2.5 years, 2 years? How long have we done this, Bobby?
About 2.5 years.
Let's see.
Yeah, about two
and a half years.
Yeah. As long as gas stations have been around, really.
Really, we were one of the
first.
One of the first waves. Second wave show, we were like this, the first couple of shows, and then we were like second wave.
Yeah, we're show 6, I think.
Yeah.
What did I learn? I mean, I learned how unfulfilling the pursuit can be.
Yeah.
How you don't. It's not like All the President's Men.
No.
You're not there in the Washington the archives.
No.
National Archives, and you don't get that thrill of the chase.
No.
You go home to cat food.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
Or it's loneliness, and it's not episodic.
No.
It's just an endless stream of you're just learning about just misery.
Yeah.
And you meet people who've been doing it longer, and they're just beaten down by it.
One thing I learned is that the system works, and not in the way that I would think, where it's like this. And I'm not saying that isn't a component of it.
Right.
That I always thought it was like just this top down, like always like keeping all of these people out of the mainstream. But then I realized these people have done a significant amount to keep themselves out of the mainstream because they're utterly unprepared and incapable of communicating their ideas.
Right.
And even if they were better at it, they'd probably be locked out. But a lot of the people that are trying to do the type of work, the journalism, are so inept.
Yeah.
That
look, there is no example of a guy. But I don't think. I think it really is. If you were that good,
yeah,
and you were just the wonderkind,
yeah,
the success would keep you on the line. Because look, it's very enticing to say,
yeah,
I could do more from the inside than the outside.
Right.
Like, you're always gonna think that. Well, why would I stay on the outside? I'll do more, and you do nothing on the inside.
Yeah,
but it's only on the people who actually go on the outside are only going to be people who, at best, are marginal.
Right.
And they're good. There's still a lot of talent on the margins. Yeah. No one's saying these people aren't good journalists, but it's never going to be the people who would have risen to the top of because there's a lot of other factors. I mean, there's they're just personality, their ability to network, their ability to kind of become celebrities within their field, which they don't have.
No, they don't. So to me, it was like, the system works in a very interesting way. It's not only top down; it's all around.
Yeah,
it's working all the time. These guys have written great books. They're being interviewed by us.
Yeah,
the system works.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, they're not even in the spheres that you would think. The people that should care don't.
Right.
It's pretty interesting the way that
They're
all
asking us
happens.
for advice on how to get or the word out there. It's like,
Yeah.
what do we know?
What do we know? And then you start to realize that, like, oh, all of these things, the parties, the ruling elite, whatever you want to call all these people, and not only them, pretty much the entire country, all to a certain degree have a vested interest in certain myths being perpetuated.
Oh, sure.
And I know that because I was on the plane. I was almost tearing up at the Bush funeral, knowing these people are demons, knowing they've done horrible things. But the mythos is so strong that you kind of almost catch yourself falling into it. And you're like, oh, the truth is not really ever enough. I think that's what we learned from the show. The myths, unfortunately, are carry more in society than truth ever will. And even in your own life, the things that you believe that aren't true are so important for you to just go day to day and get through.
I guess if I could sum it up with one sentence, it would be, because you look at, I wish they weren't fucking kids.
Yeah.
But I think we're better off with them in charge.
Yeah. I mean, that's really it. That's really it. That's what it comes down to.
They have the discipline to keep it together.
Folks,
you look at the other end, but no one else does.
We're Grubhubbing Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, we're Grubhubbing Taco Bell.
It's going to be a lot more non-intentional misery.
And by the way, when you say we're more lucky, we're better off with them in charge, it's not white people. Trust me, it's none of that. It's a group of people that color is not as huge a factor as you think.
Right.
None of them care. The reality of the situation is, and we're not, when people say we're better off with them in charge, we're still not great. It ain't great.
No.
But there's not a huge convincing argument from anyone, and we've done more to kind of flesh out.
It speaks to the fact that I want in my heart to have them taken down.
Yeah.
This cabal of elites.
But it'll be just chaos.
You look at the people.
Literal just chaos.
You look at the people.
They're not ready.
And no one wants to look at the truth. No one's I'm very pessimistic because of the people. The people biologically are smart enough. I don't believe in this thing where everyone's just too dumb.
Right.
But I think they've allowed themselves over the last century, to be conditioned into being consumers, to be placated by, immediate pleasure, immediate gratification. And they're just, they want to fuck, they want their iPhone, they want to fucking watch Dancing with the Stars, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Or even if it's The Wire, they want to watch The Shield and The Wire, good shows, Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
There's something for everyone. Not everyone's a moron, but, we got things to placate everyone here.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, aim small.
Yeah.
Aim for national health care. Don't aim for them to stop, worshiping Satan.
Right.
Aim small.
They like that.
Aim for the little things, But I mean, that's what I think that's kind of the crazy and somewhat sad and resigned fact of all of this is that the extent to which some of these people are absolute demons, we'll never know. We don't know.
On the plus side, at least I got some People's Choice small batch beef sticks out of this.
This is your going away present.
Yeah, this is nice.
5 jerky boxes you can choose.
Flaming hot and sweet honey barbecue.
And that is, by the way, I can
only pick 5 of these.
That's also how Larry King would describe the kids in the Franklin Scandal. He's like, we have flaming hot honey barbecue buffalo. Tell people where they can find you. For the last time. Not for the last time. He'll be back.
At Raycomp on Twitter. At Raycomp on Instagram. It's at RAYKUMP. Also, by the time you hear this, you should be able to find, as long as if you're on gas, wait a day or two. But if you're on iTunes, you can find my new podcast, Cump. Just called Cump. It's a strong name. It's very evocative, I think.
I think it says movie.
Yeah. I think I could be a mogul. Anyway,
we're hoping.
Check it out and stick to it. We got more to come. You're gonna love it. Stick with it. I mean, the first one explores my infections and these the story about dead baby mice.
He's selling out. He's going mainstream. I feel it. Infections, baby mice. He's running to that fucking mainstream crowd. He's gonna be a Disney Channel star.
So come in, and it's only gonna get crazier from here.
Yeah.
If you want to find out what I think of this beef jerky, you can hear. I'll talk about it.
He'll review it.
I'll unbox it.
TimDillonComedy.com for dates, live shows coming up Madison, Wisconsin, 17th to the 19th. Be in LA a lot after that, pretty much all of February. Great shows in the spring. Laugh Boston, Dead Crow Comedy Club in North Carolina, Mohegan Sun more towards the summer, but get on there. Dates in New York City all this month and a lot of this month, and then I'm getting out of here. Tim Dillon's Going to Hell. We'll still be doing the show. I'll be out in LA though, so I'll be doing some guests out there. Try to get people like Kurt Metzger. We're gonna have Nick Mullen. We'll grab hopefully like maybe a Maria Bamford, maybe a Kreischer. We'll see what we can do with it. We'll have Ray back when we're in New York, of course. And listen, everybody, enjoy and listen. We're leaving hell. You know, we've been to hell. We've done hell, and we don't know where we're going. But check out new podcast Kump, Kump. Check out, we'll see you here next week, and God bless everybody. Thank you for being part of the journey.
No, thanks for having me.
Any parting words to the people out there?
It ain't getting better, but we can all just try to love each other.
Goodbye. Thank you. SDR, Sex, Drugs, and Rock and Roll, hosted by the great Ralph Sutton, the owner of Gas Digital Network, and the great Big J. Okerson, hilarious comedian. Watch his Netflix special, The Degenerates. They've got a great show. They have a lot of... What?
It sounds great.
It's a lot of fun.
Porn.
They got metal, they got porn, they got musicians, they got sex, they got drugs, they got rock and roll. What do you want?
Fantastic.
What do you want, folks? Get over there. Sundays at 9. Goodbye.
Were any of the calls scripted ever, or like not necessarily, but like a line that you thought was funny you wanted to work in, or it was all off the cuff?
Everything is off the cuff. Even some of the crazy words like butt nut, for example, and everything. See, with me, it's triggers. Like the guy with the piano tuner when he comes to the phone. Hey, I'm looking for Eric. This is me. And the way he said that right off, my brain just went, yeah, the butt nut. And that's how to this day a lot of wacky stuff like the milky liquor, and even in the movie there's a scene in the movie where Kamal we're stuck on the third floor or something like that, and Kamal, I said, how the fuck are we gonna get down out of here, because the mob locked us in. And then Kamal looks around, he goes, oh look, I got an idea, and he runs over a whole fucking hot dogs. He comes over with a big hot dogs. We'll lower him out the window. And I said, oh man, I got, and like you're saying, I just came right up on the spot, and it wasn't in the script. The director never saw it before. And I said, come on, just play along. He runs over with the hot dogs, and I snapped him. I said, you think these fucking cocks will hold us? Everybody that was in the freezer, it was downtown, right across from that bar, Hogs and Heifers. Everybody that was in the freezer, 80 people that were on the set, were fucking dying. The director takes his script, his book, throws it at the floor, and he comes over and he's like, what the fuck was that?
Oh no.
So what do you mean? I just, and everybody in the room's dying laughing. He says, if I hear one more fucking person laughing here like this, I'm throwing it. It's going to be a closed set.
Wow. Really? It's fucking crazy. Because it worked? Because the joke worked? Because the joke worked too well?
Right, because it wasn't in the script. So,
oh, man.
Kamal, I said, let's do it again. Kamal runs over with the hot dogs, and it was great, Kamal's response. I fucking snap him again. I said, you think these fucking cocks will hold us? And Kamal goes, they better. And we shove him out the fucking window, and it's in the movie to this day, and that's why I said, it's classic what these characters would say.
You've been listening to the SDR Show.